My child, remember a moment in your life when forgiveness seemed like an insurmountable mountain. Visualize that time. Feel how that reluctance to forgive deeply impacted your heart and your relationships. Did the resentment you held weigh more than the freedom you could have experienced by forgiving? Consider for a moment how this weight, this sorrow you carried, could have been transformed if you had chosen the path of forgiveness. The freedom that forgiveness offers is not just a temporary pause in pain, but a gateway to a new life of reconciliation and peace. Forgiveness, my dear child, is one of the most sublime and profound expressions of my grace that permeates every word of the gospel given to you. It is essential, not only for reconciliation between friends and enemies, but it is crucial in the deepest and most necessary relationship between you and me. When you choose to forgive, you reflect the heart of my teachings and demonstrate the sacrificial love I offer to the world. This act of forgiveness echoes what I did for you, offering you a new chance, a new life, free from the shackles of the past. Consider for a moment how the inability to forgive imprisons you. When you hold on to resentment, you build a wall around your heart that not only isolates others, but also deeply separates you from me. The pain and hurt you accumulate may seem justified, and sometimes even comforting in their familiarity, but they prevent you from experiencing the full measure of freedom and joy I have reserved for you. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but an act of immeasurable strength, a courageous decision that cuts the ties of the past, allowing both the offender and the offended to walk in renewed freedom. When you forgive, you not only rebuild broken relationships, but realign your heart with my divine purposes. This act not only restores you in relation to others, but revitalizes your connection with me, allowing my grace to flow more freely into your life. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks doors closed by resentment and pride, paving the way for a life of true spiritual freedom. Every time you choose to forgive, you are practicing the living gospel, demonstrating to the world the love and mercy that I continually offer to you. Forgiveness, my child, is not merely a feeling that spontaneously arises. It is a courageous decision, a deliberate choice that sets you free. It does not seek to deny or suppress the pain you feel, but transforms accumulated resentment into a unique opportunity for grace and mercy. By choosing to forgive, you not only free yourself from the chains of the past, but also release the one who offended you, allowing both to walk paths of freedom and renewal. It is an act of immense power, cutting the ties that bind you to old shadows, allowing the light of reconciliation to illuminate your path. Remember the sacred stories I have told you, like the parable of the prodigal son. He, despite having left his home, was welcomed with celebration and forgiveness by the father upon his return. Or think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, who, instead of surrendering to resentment, chose to forgive and restore the previously broken bonds. These narratives are not simple tales of times past. They are living reflections of how forgiveness can revolutionize and transform your own relationships. Each act of forgiveness in the stories I bring you is a lesson about the capacity for renewal and reconciliation that is also within your reach. The benefits of forgiveness extend far beyond the boundaries of the spiritual, deeply touching your emotional well-being. Forgiveness allows you to transform your pain and hurt into peace, leading you to a more harmonious and balanced existence. By embracing forgiveness, you align your steps with mine, promoting inner healing that echoes in all your interactions and relationships. It is an alignment that not only heals you, but also radiates that healing to those around you, fostering an environment of peace and mutual understanding. When you choose to forgive, you do more than simply let go of past wrongs. You initiate a healing process that benefits all involved, allowing new stories to be written. This release is not a forgetting, but a conscious acknowledgement that the past should not anchor your soul. It is an act of spiritual greatness, a testimony to your strength and maturity, demonstrating that you are greater than your greatest challenges and pains. These stories, like that of the prodigal son and Joseph, serve to remind you that forgiveness is a powerful catalyst for change. They show you that, no matter how deep the abyss of betrayal or error, the bridge of forgiveness is strong enough to bring back unity and peace. Thus, as you reflect on these examples, see them as mirrors in which you can observe the reflection of your own possibilities for reconciliation and renewal. Therefore, by choosing to forgive, you are not only following my teachings, but also equipping yourself with a powerful tool for your mental health and inner peace. This act of forgiveness is indeed an act of alignment with the divine, placing your life in tune with the rhythms of grace and mercy that flow abundantly from my presence. In each forgiveness, you open the door to a new way of living, fuller, more peaceful, and deeply connected to the divine. My child, consider the obstacles that often stand in the way of forgiveness, such as pride, deep-seated hurts, and fear of becoming vulnerable once more. These challenges are real and may seem insurmountable. But remember that with the strength that comes from your faith in me and your trust in my providence and love, you can overcome each one. Pride blinds you from seeing the situation in a new light, while deep-seated hurts anchor you to a painful past. And the fear of vulnerability may prevent you from opening your heart again. But I am with you, offering you the strength needed to transcend these obstacles. I encourage you to take a moment of prayer for deep introspection. Ask yourself, am I truly willing to forgive? And furthermore, am I willing to be forgiven? Often, the second question is as important as the first, for acknowledging one's own need for forgiveness is essential to fully understanding the dynamics of forgiveness. The answer to these questions may require you to surrender more deeply to the spiritual journey we embark on together. This journey is not just about achieving forgiveness, but about fully integrating forgiveness into the fabric of your life, truly transforming the way you live and relate to others. Practicing forgiveness daily is a discipline that can transform your heart and your relationships. Begin by praying for those who have hurt you. This act not only softens your heart, but also helps you see the humanity and struggles of those who have caused you pain. Try to understand their actions and find empathy for their struggles, for each person who hurts you also faces their own internal battles. These small steps are vital for cultivating a forgiving heart, opening up not only to surface-level reconciliation, but to true transformation in relationships. Overcoming these obstacles to forgiveness requires more than just a desire for change. It requires a surrender to the spiritual transformation that can only come from a deep relationship with me. Each time you face these barriers, invite me into the situation. With my help, what seems impossible becomes a viable path of growth and release. Remember that my love and mercy are inexhaustible, and I am always ready to offer you the grace you need to overcome pride, hurt, and fear. This time of introspection and prayer is also an invitation to deepen your commitment to the spiritual journey we walk together. By surrendering more deeply, you will find that forgiveness is less about the other person and more about allowing my spirit of peace and reconciliation to dwell within you. This surrender is not a defeat, but a victory over the chains that bind you to the past and a step toward greater freedom in me. Therefore, persist in the daily practice of forgiveness, for it is through repetition that true heart habits are formed. Every prayer, every moment of empathy, strengthens your spirit and reaffirms your commitment to the values of the kingdom I have taught. Over time, you will find that these small steps not only change your perspective on past events, but also shape your approach to life in a way that reflects my love, mercy, and grace. Forgiveness, my dear child, is truly a path to spiritual freedom and the renewal of relationships. When you make it a cornerstone in your life, you are not just choosing to let go of past hurts, but are opening doors to deep healing and a new way of living filled with peace and joy. This path of forgiveness allows you to break free from the chains of old resentments and embrace an existence where each interaction is infused with understanding and love. By embracing forgiveness as a daily and fundamental practice, you will cultivate an environment where broken relationships can be restored and new connections can flourish in the fertile ground of trust and mutual respect. By choosing the path of forgiveness, you are following in the footsteps of Christ, building a legacy of love and reconciliation that transcends individual circumstances to touch the lives of many. May this message inspire you to look at your relationships with new eyes and an open heart, always ready to give and receive in the divine love that restores all. This love, which forgives and redeems, is the true foundation upon which all relationships should be built, for it offers not only the chance for healing, but also the opportunity for growth and depth in every human connection. Therefore, as you incorporate forgiveness into your life, you not only find freedom for yourself, but also become an agent of freedom in the lives of others. With each forgiveness granted, a chain of negativity is broken, and a cycle of kindness and compassion is initiated. This brings a new perspective on what it means to live in peace, not only with others, but with yourself. The journey of forgiveness is continuous and evolving, expanding as you practice and experience its powerful transformative effects. May forgiveness be your strength and your guide today and always. May it illuminate every step of your journey, and may each decision you make be a reflection of this powerful principle. With forgiveness as your compass, you will navigate through every storm and challenge with grace and strength, always finding the safe harbor of my love that calms all storms and softens all winds. Live then, not in the shadow of the past, but in the radiant light of a future where love and reconciliation prevail above all else. My beloved child, I invite you to stay with me until the end of this video, for I have prepared a special blessing that I wish to pour out upon you. If these words resonate with your heart, I ask you to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the messages I have for you. Leave your like as a sign that the message touched you, and leave a comment sharing how forgiveness is transforming your life. Do not keep this good news just for yourself. Share this video with others who may also need to hear these words of healing and hope. And now, receive the blessing I have prepared for you. May the peace of the Lord envelop your entire being, calming the storms of your soul and bringing clarity to your mind. I bless you with the serenity that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. May this peace guide you in all your ways and help you to face every challenge with courage and wisdom. I pour out upon you a blessing of courage so that you may face the challenges of life with an unshakable spirit. May the strength to forgive and the ability to receive forgiveness be renewed in you with each new day. May this courage inspire you to make decisions that reflect not only your desires, but also the will of the Father, leading you to paths of greater freedom and love. I bless you with the joy of the Lord, which is your strength. May this joy overflow in your life, touching everyone around you. May it not depend on external circumstances, but spring from an inexhaustible source of gratitude and faith. May the joy of knowing that you are loved and forgiven by God fill your heart and transform each day into a celebration of the life He has given you. I also grant you a blessing of wisdom, so that in every decision you may discern the path that leads to truth and justice. May divine wisdom guide your steps, allowing you to see beyond appearances and understand the deeper plans that God has for you. May this wisdom be a light on your path, a beacon that guides you through the uncertainties of life. Finally, I envelop you with a blessing of infinite love. May you deeply feel God's love for you, a love that never fails, never gives up, and never stops being patient and kind. May this love be the foundation of all your relationships, allowing you to love others as Christ loved you. May this love be your greatest testimony, the truth that sustains your life and guides you back into the arms of the Father. always ready to receive you. Receive these blessings with an open heart, my child, and walk with the certainty that you are always surrounded by my love and grace, today and every day of your life.